All right, please make sure all of you are on mute. So these are the three main attachment styles: the anxious attachment style, the avoidant attachment style, and the secure attachment style. So the first two attachment styles are the ones which, when we feel that our relationship with our parents in our childhood and we do not get all the love, attention, respect, security, that's when the anxious and the avoidant attachment styles develop. So some of the key signs of an anxious attachment style in your current day-to-day life is, so when somebody does not message you back, or when someone does not reply you back, it could be your friends, it could be your partner, you all of us start thinking of very negative scenarios and you become very anxious. You try to then start getting activated and you feel like you're going to lose something, something is going to go wrong. And then you try to go extra measures to make sure that that relationship stays. You'll start calling excessively, or you'll get angry, or you'll start blaming. So all of those things happen in the anxious style. Then second, the avoidant attachment style. In that, what happens is that you tend to become more aloof, and you pretend and try to ignore people before they can reject you. So in that, we try to shield ourselves because we felt ignored or neglected in our childhood. So now we cannot accept that anymore. So we develop these defense systems where we, reject people before they can. So that is the avoidant style. And the third is the secure attachment style. When our needs are met, that's when, the secure attachment style develops and we're very comfortable in our relationship. If we don't get something, we are still okay about it. Now, that neediness can be there in various forms. Our neediness could be around wanting to be loved. Our neediness could be around attention, that wherever I am, people should listen to me. Neediness can also be that people should behave the way I want them to behave. People should listen to me. And this many times happens with our partners or our children, that they should behave the way I am saying they should. So these are some of the ways that a neediness can show up in our life. Now, today, what we're going to be doing is, through faster EFT tapping, we're going to go ahead and start breaking these patterns that we have developed. So through tapping, all these neural pathways which we created as a child, where when somebody said this, it triggered something in me, we're going to delink those patterns. And once we do that, we create secure attachment style patterns. So before we go into that, does anyone have any questions they want to ask about how it shows up in relationships or what they notice in their life?
So I wanted to ask you one thing.
Mhm.
Another thing. Geeta, I was watching a video and and of John Ashraf or something, one of these motivational speakers, and he was like saying that everyone is needy, in some way or the other with all our relationships. And there's nothing wrong in being needy. And the people who feel that they don't need people around them are the ones who are the most needy.
Hmm.
So I don't know. So I was a little confused about this.
Yeah, so that's actually a very valid question. And a lot of school of teaching nowadays is talking about the fact of codependency, and that how codependency is very integral to human beings, which is absolutely correct. So that is why there's a concept which is very important to understand, which is said attached yet detached. So it is attachment with detachment that is important to be inculcated. It's not like you can just not be needy at all and you're completely independent. It is that you have needs, but those needs don't drive you.
Okay.
Those needs are don't they don't take you over, that you can't behave in the way you choose to behave. So because those patterns of neediness are so strong in our unconscious, if they're not balanced and checked, then you are not in control anymore in your relationships, they take over. So that's the whole objective. You will still have need, and you can then go ahead and express it very normally. And if it is met, it's good. And if the other person says no, you're okay. It's not the end of your world. That's what attachment with detachment is, the goal that we want to achieve in our lives, in all our relationships.
I don't know. Thank you.
All right. Anyone else? Anything they would like to add to this?
Yeah, Geet, I've often noticed, I mean, I used to think that I'm not needy at all.
Mhm.
But lately I've realized that till someone says that, okay, you're doing well, uh, and I keep looking for that, I just don't have that thing that I'm doing well. So is that
Yes,
also
yes,
being needy of,
absolutely. So
uh,
appreciation and validation is another very integral need,
mhm,
because and we are constantly working to prove ourselves constantly, yet it's never enough. We'll get
yeah,
appreciation and it will feel good, and then we will still want to keep working to prove ourselves, because
mhm,
that child's unmet need of validation and appreciation and approval is still incomplete. So, there's this book by Byron Katie, and the name of the book goes something like, I Need Your Love. Is That True? So, in that, she talks about how these three key things, love, respect, and approval. So, these three things actually drive our lives so much until unless we become aware of it, question it, release it, and reimprint it. Then we're free to choose what we want. And if we can give these things to ourselves, and actually, when we give it to ourselves, is when we actually start feeling complete. Because nobody outside can ever come and fill me up. That's solely my job. Hope that answers your question. Hi, Sapna.
Hey, Geet.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
All right. So, anyone else, any questions, or should we go ahead? All right. So, now let's all of us close our eyes. And I want you to think of, in your life, any relationships where you feel some kind of complaints, where you catch yourself complaining about something to the other person, that you don't do this enough, or I don't think there's this in our relationship. And just notice what's really beneath that. Notice what is that unmet need that you feel, that makes you hurt, that makes you sad, that makes you angry sometimes. Just get in touch with it. And notice on a scale of 0 to 10, how strong is that need? And then go ahead and write it in the chat box, the number. 10 means that I feel a lot of neediness and it really affects me when it's not met. And 0 means not at all. So you can write down what particular need, emotional or mental, physical, unmet need you feel, and the number as well. And if you want to send it directly to me, you can, from the chat, select my name instead of everyone, and you can mention what is that need, unmet need that you feel. Okay. So in emotional need, go a little more deeper, that what is that emotional need? So just identify what all emotional needs feel unmet. Attention and interest, very good. Okay. Attention, excellent. Notice how it is in your friend circles, Notice how it's in WhatsApp groups. So many times, WhatsApp groups are a very good sign. Have you ever noticed that if somebody does not reply back, it makes you feel very uncomfortable? Notice what that triggers in you. Instagram also, that's right. If you post something and you don't get any likes, how does that feel? Do you constantly go back and check? All right, so I feel animosity against my mother for giving more attention to my cousins over me. Excellent. So now I want all of you to feel this unmet need, all the emotions that it triggers in you: jealousy, anger, sadness, fighting mechanism, freeze mechanism. Just notice all of that and put all of that on a box, on a shelf on the right hand side above your head. Put all those feelings, memories associated with that in that box. All the times as a child, those needs were unmet. All the times when you were not prioritized, and how it felt really bad. Put all of that in a box on that shelf. And now imagine there's a tree in front of you with roots going into the soil. And if I were to pull out the root from under that tree, what would naturally happen to the tree? It falls over and dies. Now open your eyes. Let's look at a point above our eye level in front of us. And let's start tapping together and repeat loudly with me. I eliminate, release, and let go. All sadnesses, all fears, all emotional traumas. Side of the eye, I release and let go all the angers, all the hurts, all the resentments. I let go of all the guilt. Under the eye, I let go of all the judgments, all the abandonments, all the betrayals. Collarbone, all the times I felt unloved, all the times when I did not get the attention I needed, all the times I felt ignored. I release and let go all of those memories. I let go of all the helplessness, all the hopelessness. I let go of all the rejections, feelings of no control, all the disappointments, feeling inferior, all the times I felt unwanted, and everything else. I release and let it all go. And as I do so, I feel calm, peaceful, and relaxed. Take a deep breath, blow it from your mouth, squeeze your wrist, and say peace. And now, with your eyes closed, let's go to a very happy memory of your life and feel like it's happening right now and enjoy it fully. Feel that happy feeling in your body as you're enjoying being in this memory. And then take another deep breath, squeeze your wrist, and say peace. And then leave your wrist. And once again, let's go and check the feeling that you started with. Check the box. Notice what's changed, what's left, and write the number and the feeling in the chat. So the number can increase, decrease, or be the same. It will be different for every person, and everything is correct. Very good. Very good. All right. So now once again, feel whatever is left. See those feelings, memories, emotions. Feel them, hear them. And then open your eyes and let's tap together and repeat with me. Smile at the wall in front of you while you're tapping. It's safe to release and let go. All the anger that I'm feeling for not getting what I need. In all the ways, I feel incomplete when I don't receive what I need. And I either get hurt, I either internalize that, or I voice it and fight for it. And all these patterns, from their roots, I release and let them go now. In all the ways, I'm angry with people for not giving me what I need. All the blame that I put on others for not fulfilling my needs. And in this process, I actually give my power away to them. In all the ways, I release and let go the role of victim that I play. And now I give myself permission to forgive all these people and to forgive myself. And as I take my power back in my hands, I take full responsibility for everything in my life. And when I let go of the blame, and I can actually change my life. I love and accept myself, even when I feel my needs are unmet. I love and accept myself, even when I'm being needy. I love and accept myself deeply and completely at all times. And I'm always safe. Take a deep breath, blow it all out, squeeze your wrist, and say peace. And I want you to write down any good feeling word in the chat with the first alphabet of your surname. So for example, in my case, since my surname is Taneja, so from T, it would be terrific. So any one good feeling word, write down in the chat with the first alphabet of your surname. So Sapna, you have to write with B, not S. I mixed it up today. Kind. Oh, we have a lot of kind here. Pasta. Brave. Wonderful. Excellent. What about others? Ridesh, go ahead and share what is your good feeling word. Priya, Preeti, looking for something in N. Delightful. Very good. All right. Take another deep breath, squeeze your wrists, and say peace. And then leave your wrist. And once again, let's go and check what's changed, what's left, what number are you at, and put it in the chat. Any memories that you're seeing, any visuals, any particular emotion, you can write that as well. Radiant. After a lot of thinking, Ridesh, very good.
Yeah.
All right, write in the chat what number is left for you and what's coming up in that. And just notice any particular thought, any particular emotion, any particular person's face. So just notice that, feel whatever is left. And let's start tapping together. And this time, as you're tapping, move your eyeballs right and left to the extreme corners of your room as you're tapping. Okay, let's start. It's time to release and let go. Whatever residue is left, any memories from the past, in all the ways they're holding me back. And I don't want to be dependent on other people for my needs anymore. So I'm releasing and letting go all of this neediness, all the unhealthy dependency, all the overtly attachments to people, things, and how things need to be. I release and let go all stubbornness, all the emotions that do not serve me anymore. And as I release and let go of all these beliefs and memories, I become complete in myself, deeply content in myself. I'm always loved, honored, and important. And I rejoice in myself. And the love that I give to myself comes back to me multiplied from every direction. I am forever blessed. I am forever enriched. And I am always complete in myself. And take a deep breath, squeeze your wrist, and say peace. And then once again, let's go to your happy memory, step inside it, feel it, and enjoy it. Notice if this happy feeling had a color in your body, what color would it be? Beautiful. And just feel this color spreading in your body as you're enjoying in this happy memory. And send some of this color to your box, to all those memories in the box, and notice how it transforms. And then take a deep breath, squeeze your wrist, and say peace. And then leave your wrist and go and check what you started with. How has it changed? Is there anything left? And what number do you see? And just mention that in the chat. 4, 2, 3. Very good. I'm feeling so light and in a pink bubble of love. How beautiful. Wonderful. All right. So let's do another round of tapping for whatever is left. And if some of you are at 0, as you tap now, allow those memories that you had put in the box to re-imprint on their own into something more beautiful, happy, how you would like it to be. Okay. So let's look up, smile at the wall, and repeat with me. I'm releasing and letting go anything that's left anymore. All the neediness, wherever it comes from, all its roots. I release and let go all its imprints. And as I do so, I forgive everyone and I set myself free. I am the most precious child of the universe. I'm always loved. I'm always protected. And I'm always appreciated. And as I learn to love and appreciate myself more and more now, I give others permission to love and appreciate me unconditionally. I'm complete in myself and I let go of any need for validation from outside. And any kind of love, appreciation from others is just a bonus in my life. I love and accept myself deeply and completely. I'm always so proud of myself. I admire the person that I have become. All the love that I have in my heart, all the love that I share with the world. I feel so proud of myself and I'm forever blessed, complete in my own self. And I continue growing and expanding in this love of life. Take a deep breath, blow it all out, squeeze your wrist, and say peace. And now, with your eyes closed, I want you to step into the most beautiful garden, a beautiful meadow that you have ever been to or you can imagine. Walk inside and just look around. All the nature, the river, the flowers, and just relax here and enjoy yourself. Smell the fresh air, feel the touch of grass. This is your space. You can do anything here that you feel like. And as you're relaxing or enjoying here, I want you to mentally repeat, I'm always loved, honored, and important. I am always loved, honored, and important. I have always been loved, honored, and important. And I will always be loved, honored, and important. And then when you're done, take a deep breath, squeeze your wrist, and say peace. Integrating all these beautiful energies and centering and grounding yourself. And when you're ready, slowly open your eyes. How is everyone feeling?
Top of the world.
Wonderful. That's beautiful. So make sure you repeat this affirmation all through the week, and you can write it, you can tap it, or you can just mentally say this to yourself as it gets centered and anchored in your being. So, and if any one of you, Vandana, are you feeling comfortable? Okay, all right. So I thought you wrote, all right. So great. So, so if there's anyone who still has any residue in the box, after we end this session, do 1 or 2 more rounds of tapping and bring yourself down to 0. And you can do this at your own level also, anytime when anything comes up and stirs you up. So the affirmation is, Priya, I am loved, honored, and important. All right. So thank you everyone for joining in. It was lovely tapping with each one of you, and have the most beautiful week ahead. Bye everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, Geet. Bye.
Welcome. Bye bye.